American black bears, Ursus americanus. Fierce, protective, curious. They are a symbol of North America. Black bears typically live in forested areas away from human communities. However, this has changed dramatically in the past decade, with more black bears entering urban areas in search of easy food sources. Black bears live throughout the US and Canada. There are 16 subspecies that live in ecological niches, such as the glacier bear in Alaska and the Florida bear in Florida. They are the second smallest bear species. When standing, they are between 4 and 6. Black bears are omnivores and will eat most anything. We often think due to their size, bears eat a lot of prey or meat. However, they actually consume large amounts of plant materials. Clover in springtime is a favorite and helps replenish nutrients after hibernation. Bears also enjoy nuts and berries. In spring, bears may kill newborn deer. Bears will eat a variety of invertebrates and crustaceans. In some areas, crabs are an abundant food source. Like their bigger cousins, the grizzly and the polar bear, the black bear often fishes for dinner. In Canada and Alaska, black bears will brave grizzlies to get in streams and fish for salmon. Farther south, black bears enjoy trout and catfish. Black bears also just like to swim for pleasure and as a way to thermoregulate in the summer. What bear doesn't love honey? Black bears will go after the honey and the larvae inside the hive. Their thick coat protects them, but their exposed nose often gets stung. If you are a beekeeper, I suggest electric fencing to protect your hives. Conservation. Bears are an important member of their ecological niches. Scientists study bear scat, yep, poop, to find out what they are eating. Bears help create healthy forests by dispersing seeds in their waste. They also dig out insects from fallen logs, which helps in the decomposition of the logs and opens it up to more wildlife species accessing those nutrients. Black bears do sometimes prey on gardens and enjoy corn and apples. They will also strip the bark from trees to eat the cambium, the soft tissue under the bark. This allows diseases or insects to get into the tree. Again, strong fencing with electric is the best way to deter bears from crop areas. But yes, it is expensive. Raccoons have the nickname Trash Panda, and you can check out my video, The Rascally Raccoon. But black bears are serious trash predators. Never keep loose garbage out and use trash cans that are made to keep out wildlife. I'll link a couple below. Hibernation. Black bears hibernate in winter as a way to preserve their energy when there is not a lot of food. I have a video on hibernation, which I will link below. Cubs are born during the hibernation period, which seems to me to be a pretty good way of going through childbirth. Typically, two cubs are born, but it can be three or four. A bear, like a cow, has four teats. Cubs are born rather undeveloped, with weak legs, and don't begin walking till about 5 weeks. They are born with closed eyes, which open in 28 days. So they just snuggle up to mom and nurse that first month. Cubs stay with mom for 16 to 18 months, although they typically stop nursing around 8 months. Mom is a fierce protector, and many bear human conflicts happen in spring when people deliberately or accidentally approach a hungry female with cubs. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has a campaign to keep bears wild. They offer advice on reducing bear human conflicts. Practice good sense if you see a bear in the wild or even in your community. Do not try to get close. Never feed bears because that makes them think humans are a source for food. They may start begging for food and bite people who don't provide it. When hiking where bears are when hiking where bears are common in a group, make noise and carry bear spray. That said, sometimes cubs are in need of rescue. Never remove cubs from the wild. Call a fish and wildlife officer or a local wildlife rehabilitator that has a bear license. Sometimes cubs are able to be reunited or adopted by another sow, so we never want to assume a baby animal is an orphan. My friend Mark Nannett of Wild Instincts in Rylander, Wisconsin, works to rescue and rehabilitate baby black bear cubs. Bear cubs are pretty expensive to raise and rehabilitate. The care for each cub from infancy is about $3,000 per cub during the 8 months they are usually in rehabilitation. I'll put a link to his center in the description so you can learn more about the work they do. Black bears may suffer injuries in forest fires. Young cubs may climb trees in fear instead of running away. This cub was rescued from the Tamarack Fire in California, which burned over 60,000 acres.